Ka Appollo Trinity Center Shillong, ka lapalong ya ka awareness program, shaphang ki jingpang cancer, robotic surgery, but liver transplant, lingba ka press conference ha ka arpulai tarik jemang. Yakini ka awareness program layalam du Dr. Rajiv Sharan, Senior Consultant in Onco Surgery, jong ka Appollo Multi-Speciality Hospital, Kolkata, but ubala pentebit ban Sumar ya ka kli but rendang. Ringkat u Dr. Ramdeep Ray, Head of Liver Transplant Department, but Senior Consultant Gastrointestinal Surgery, jong ka Appollo Multi-Speciality Hospital, Kolkata. Lingba ka press conference kini ki Dr. Kilabatay da kabaong, bunsin ki breu ki kensting ya kini ka jat jingpang, but ki donru ki badu jingkermen, namar baduna ki kor ki bor ban ajing Sumar ya ki. Dr. Rajiv Sharan, ulapan syai bikini ki jat jingpang kidei ki bala ban Sumar bat penkot ladawan pen ha ki Dr. Hakapor ke babiang. Ulapan shlur bat kenturu ba umdei banting, bat ya kini ke jat jingpang namar balala ban penkot yaka klem da pensadak habapot da ka Donkam da ka robotic surgery. Ulo ongru ha Meghalaya ki bayo ya kini ke jat jingpang bon kidei ki babam ne di duma lani kwai supari. U Dr. Ramdeep Ray ulo ong habadon kanu ke jingthot ha kamet de ban wanmi shiki doctor ban tip sha ya kadaw khnang ban mat ni ki jing shitam bakham juat. Udeba Priya Deb, CEO ka Appollo Trinity Medical Center, uloong bekajingdon ka Appollo Trinity Medical Center ha Shillong, kan mentoy shibun bhai ki ba, ban yo ikilat jing Sumar, yakum kini kijat jingpang. Ka Appollo Trinity Medical Center ha Shillong, kan wanra ki specialist Dr. Khuborjylla, ban pensuk ki ba ban yo jing Sumar ki bapaka, klem da Donkam ban net shabar ke jella.
First of all, good afternoon to everybody. I thank our doctors, super specialist doctors from Kolkata who have done the OPD today. And in the evening, we have a CME program where, in association with MMSA and IMA Shillong, at Convention Center, where they will be imparting their knowledge to the other doctors of Shillong. We at Appollo Shillong, we are basically bringing all the super specialty doctors from various Appollo centers across India. See, what happens is whenever a patient comes, at least the first level of consultation, you are actually meeting the right kind of doctors, where you will be going to Kolkata and meeting them only, or you are going to Chennai and meeting the doctors. So they come at your doorstep, right, and you get the first level of consultations. The medication is done here. In case any further intervention is needed, then it is up to the patient where they want to go. If they want to go to Kolkata, to Guwahati, to Chennai, whatever. And at Appollo Shillong, what we do is, we basically bridge that gap. We organize your entire treatment that will be done in Kolkata or in Chennai, right? All consultation, appointments, everything is taken care by the team here. So that when you go to Kolkata or go to Chennai or go to Guwahati, everything is smooth, right? So we are bringing a specialist doctor here, super specialist doctors from various streams. So what happens is they are giving you the specialized service right at your doorstep here. Instead of you going to Guwahati or Kolkata and showing to the doctor, they are coming here. So it's a big blessing for the people of the state and plus for our center also, that we have such specialists coming from various Appollo centers to show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ramdeep Ray. I head the liver transplant program. I was earlier at Appollo Delhi, Gurgaon, and then I started in the last 4-5 years at Kolkata because I wanted to come back to my hometown and start a liver transplant program. And Kolkata is now the only place in the entire East and Northeast India where liver transplant happens regularly. जहाँ हर समय liver transplant हो रहा है ऐसा एक शहर. Whereas पूरे इंडिया में बहुत सारे liver transplants होते हैं. Now, the most significant medical development that has happened in Shillong in the last few years, the biggest medical development is the opening of the airport. So now the distance from patient who is unwell to Kolkata is less than 2 hours. So this changes everything for Shillong. If the patient has a major, for example, a patient has a liver failure, sometimes the patient needs a liver transplant in emergency. Now, earlier the patient would take almost 10 hours, even if from here to Guwahati and then by flight. But now that has become, you are within 2 hours of the most modern medical care that is available anywhere in the world. There is no treatment in our hospital, there is no treatment that is not there. Any treatment that is there anywhere in the world is there, and it is done by open surgery, by laparoscopic surgery, by robotic surgery. All options are there. But still, the problem is now awareness. Awareness that this advanced medical care is there, it is affordable, because sometimes the patients can afford, sometimes they have insurance, sometimes there's government funding, and then after that there are patients which there is NGO funding, where it is possible by internet support, social media, crowdfunding. So that all support is there. What is important is that the patient reaches us at the right time. Now, alcohol remains a big problem in the Northeast, and in other places, fatty liver disease is a big problem. Fatty liver disease becoming severe liver cirrhosis requiring transplant. So, in Northeast, we have both alcohol and fatty liver disease, which lead to cirrhosis, and the treatment of cirrhosis is liver transplant, which now has a 90% chance of success. At the same time, cancers are increasing, and cancers in the tummy, पेट के अंदर जो cancers होते हैं, stomach, colon, intestine, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, ये सब cancers we treat regularly, and उसका भी operation by open surgery, laparoscopic surgery, robotic surgery happens regularly. So the only obstacle that is now there is awareness, awareness, awareness. People need to know that treatment is possible, and that is why we are here to reach out to the patients of the Northeast of Shillong, and so that they have access to advice and then they can plan treatment. Dr. Rajiv Sharan will talk about head neck cancers.
I'm Dr. Rajiv Sharan. I'm a senior consultant in head neck surgical oncology department in Kolkata. So, head and neck cancer is one of the most common cancer in India, and especially Northeast has a huge burden of head and neck cancer. So, why head and neck cancer is so common? Because people here use tobacco in different form. So, either smokeless tobacco or it's smoking and alcohol. So these are the factors and leading to almost 80 to 90% of all head and neck cancer. So head and neck cancer is not a death sentence as such. It's a preventable cancer. So if you decrease tobacco consumption, head and neck cancer incidence will come down, significantly come down, because that is the cause of head and neck cancer. Apart from tobacco use, HPV cancer also common in this region, especially for pharyngeal cancer. So people should be aware about the causes of cancer, and then comes prevention. So prevention is possible decreasing use of tobacco consumption, alcohol consumption, or HPV vaccination. And then comes early detection. Because problem here is most of these patients present very late stage. So at late stage, treatment options are limited, treatment options are complex, patient will require complex surgery, plastic surgery, reconstruction. Apart from surgery, patient will require radiotherapy, patient may require chemotherapy. And if disease is not operable, in that case patient may require chemotherapy, targeted therapy or immunotherapy. So those are very costly treatment. And even after so much cost, patient function will be compromised, patient cosmesis will be compromised. To prevent all these, if people are become aware about the early symptom, so that include any oral ulcer that is not healing in 2 to 3 weeks time, any oral white patch or red patch, patient has difficulty in swallowing, patient has throat pain, persistent throat pain, patient has persistent ear pain, patient has neck swelling, patient has thyroid swelling. So patient should not ignore these symptoms. So if these symptoms are there, then patient, and these are persisting for more than 2 weeks time, then patient has to be evaluated by a specialist. If patient goes to a specialist at that time, then cancer can be detected in early stage. Early stage means stage 1 or stage 2, when treatment is just single modality treatment. Patient can be cured with just only surgery or just only radiation. So toxicity will be very less, patient function will be preserved, patient cosmesis will be preserved, and patient prognosis will be very good. Cure rate will be as high as 80%, 90%. But if patient ignores the symptom, then that becomes advanced lesion, and mostly from patients from these areas, northeast region, they present very late. So at that point of time, treatment is complex, as I mentioned earlier. Patient will require 10 hours surgery, 8 hours surgery. Patient will require radiation. Patient will require chemotherapy. Even after such complex treatment, prognosis will be bad, maybe 50% or 60%. But still, head and neck cancer, even with this advanced stage, treatment is possible, and still that will be 50 to 60%. So now our goal of cancer treatment is not curing the disease only. Cure is obviously the most important goal for head and neck cancer treatment or any cancer treatment. But apart from cure, patient should also have good quality of life. Patient speech should be preserved, patient swallowing function should be preserved, or patient should have access to good rehabilitation services, good dental services. So all these factors are important. So also now lot of young people are also having cancers. Especially thyroid cancer is a disease of younger female, and their treatment is like you give a big scar on the face, in the neck. So to avoid these scars, to make surgery less complicated, with less complications, now options of robotic surgery is there. So in robotic surgery, you don't give any incision in the neck, so that can't be visible. So you do from chest or transoral or from behind the ear, so nothing will be visible to others. So young patients, these are very good options. Patient goes home maybe next day or day after tomorrow. Patient will have less pain, and in robotic surgery, that gives 10 times magnification. So each and every structures we can identify and preserve, and that gives very good function, good cosmesis, and with good cancer oncological outcome. So my advice to people here in Meghalaya will be to decrease tobacco use in different forms, all forms, decrease alcohol consumption, be aware about HPV vaccination, because pharyngeal cancer is quite common. And if you have symptoms, then don't ignore those symptoms. You go to a specialist, get investigated, and accordingly you take treatment, so that your cancer should be detected at early stage, and at that point of time cure rate will be very high. Patient will have good function, patient will have good cosmesis, patient will have good quality of life. So head and neck cancer is not a death sentence, it's a preventable cancer, and if it detected early, then can be cured in majority of patients. Thank you.
Words or motivation for those people who have a cancer, so that to encourage them to come or show up to the doctor, the main doctor, so that they will get cure.
So, if we say someone has viral disease, no one says like that. For example, AIDS is a viral disease, common cold is a viral disease, and COVID is a viral disease. But we don't regard AIDS as the same as common cold. We know they are very different. But when we talk about cancer, very often people use the term loosely, saying, I have cancer. Now, someone who has a thyroid cancer, papillary thyroid cancer first stage, is a very simple disease which is expected to live for decades normally. But someone who has an advanced pancreatic cancer or an advanced gallbladder cancer, which has spread, if he's not treated at the right time, he will die within 3-4 months. So, the word cancer, we use that to refer to everything, but we have to start talking in terms of the type of cancer. So, some cancers, the results are very good, some cancers, the results are very bad. Now, among the type of cancer, a stage 1 cancer and a stage 4 cancer are completely different. So, if I have a cancer, for example, if I have a colon cancer, or if I have a prostate cancer, or if I have a papillary carcinoma of the thyroid gland, and if it's picked up at the right stage, then most probably I will never die of that cancer. I may die of other things. I will go on to lead normal lives. But a stage 4 cancer sometimes can be very bad. So the responsibility that I have, that every person has, is because we have access to internet, we have access to media, we know there is something called cancer. We know everyone is telling that you have to pick up cancer at the early stage. So when someone is having certain symptoms, for example, patient is having a lump anywhere, a swelling, patient is having a patch, a new area inside the mouth, on the face, on the skin. If someone is having bleeding in stool or vomiting of blood, there was one patient who I saw today. She's completely okay. But what she said was, she went out. I had completed my prescription. She went out and then came back and said, Doctor, one thing I forgot to tell you. My weight was 75 kilos in December and it is now 67 kilos. I have lost 8 kilos of weight. Are you sure? She said, yes, my clothes have become loose. So there is a clear proof that she has lost weight. And immediately I wrote out a number of tests. Because unexplained weight loss, I'm not dieting, I'm not trying to lose weight, and my weight is going down and down, that must be investigated. If someone is having constipation always, for many years, and that person suddenly has diarrhea, repeated, going to the toilet again and again, this is called a change of bowel habit. Or someone who goes to the loo, to the toilet 2 to 3 times, passes through 2 to 3 times, many years, and says, now suddenly I have constipation. We are worried this may be a cancer of the colon or the rectum. So these warning signs, jaundice, yellowing of the eyes, okay. So any swelling anywhere in the body, any new patch anywhere in the body, any vomiting of blood, passing blood in stool, black stools, jaundice, unexplained weight loss, and lastly, loss of appetite. Not feeling hungry, looking at food but not feeling hungry. These are the warning symptoms, and we have to, you know, you need to be, we need to be good doctors, for which we need to do certain things. And there is a saying that we also need to be good patients. How can we become good patients? By following doctor's advice, by doing the things that the doctor is advising, and also to reach medical care quickly when these warning signs are there. And this is going to save lives. Preventing or detecting early will save more lives than fancy complicated treatment. Something bad, if we avoid it, then we'll miss out on the good. So internet gives us a lot of information. We have to use it, we have to exploit, so we know. For example, I have told you about the warning signs of cancer, and some of you may forget it. Now, 6 months later or 6 years later, you may remember that he had said there are certain warning signs. So you go to Google, type in warning signs of cancer or warning signs of oral cancer. Then you get to see. Do you have that? Great. So the first part of your question, that people read from the internet, they get information from the internet, they even try to make a diagnosis on the internet. Nothing wrong with that. That's brilliant. We have to encourage people to do more of it. You come up saying that, I think I have appendicitis. Great. It may be wrong, but at least you think it is something serious enough to go to the internet, check, and then come to a doctor. And the doctor may tell you don't have appendicitis, but you have some form of a colon tumor. So you thought appendicitis, but you came and were diagnosed as colon cancer. So ultimately your Google search, although wrong, helped you. Problem is the last part that you asked. Self-medicate. That is not okay. Self-medication has to stop. And even before the beginning of this internet thing, patients in India are dying regularly because of self-medication. They are not dying because they are taking the medicine. Someone else is dying because of the medicine. So, India is the antibiotic resistance capital of the world. Antibiotics are not working. Reason for that is we take antibiotics without even consulting doctors. We just take it, and what that does is you have an infection and then you don't complete the course of antibiotics. So what happens if there are 100 or 1000 bacteria in your body, you take a wrong antibiotic or you take half the course of antibiotic, and out of those 1000 bacteria in your body, 900 die, 100 live. Which 100 live? The bacteria that are strong, that are resistant. Now what happens? The weak bacteria will die off. The strong bacteria stays, and then they grow, and then they infect someone else. They go on to another person's body. He takes wrong antibiotics, shorter duration. He has 1000 bacteria, 950 die, 50 live, the strongest bacteria. So what are we doing? By taking antibiotics, we are keeping alive the stronger resistant bacteria and passing it on to our neighbors. And to add to this process, we are giving ciprofloxacin tablet to cows and animals. This is a big problem, that people give ciprofloxacin tablets to animals along with the food so that they don't have infection. And the same thing happens. So now in the soil, in the water, in the surroundings, there is bacteria which have become more and more dangerous as they have been half treated in humans and animals, and so we have resistant bacteria. And so the infections that we happen, that people in India are getting, and the infections people in say Norway are getting, they're very different. We all have resistance. So now you need stronger antibiotics, antibiotics which are more expensive, antibiotics which cannot be given at home, antibiotics for which we are hospitalized. So antibiotics kill more patients in the long term. So we need to reduce self-medication, and more antibiotics have to be available only on doctor's prescription. You should not be just able to go on antibiotics. This is a big problem that we have.
Basically, there is a myth, and maybe we have this conception that over here in Meghalaya, the medical treatment is not up to the mark. So, what kind of like detections or anything patients can have here? They can come in the clinic or something like that, so that they can be detected. As you said, the detection is very important part. So,
Yeah, so as medical facilities over Meghalaya has improved over whole of northeast region, even eastern region. Kolkata was also previously lagging behind, but now with good centers coming up in different part of eastern region, especially Kolkata, so a lot of progress have happened. So similarly, Shillong has good medical facilities now. So, but people are still not aware about those things. Patient try to avoid going to a doctor. They don't accept that they have a major problem in their body. So until unless they become aware about those symptoms, as I mentioned, those are symptoms of head and neck cancer. So if they are aware about those symptoms, then obviously they will go to a specialist and get evaluated. So that is your duty, media duty, to spread awareness so that these patients can be detected at early stage. So now lot of like doctors also previously they were not that much aware about these symptoms, but with awareness campaign and all, they will be aware. So people will be aware, and that this awareness program will lead to early detection of cancer. So if facilities are not here, in that case, obviously that facilities will be coming in future in different centers here itself. But modern treatment facilities may take time here, but that is also available just closer to northeast, that is in Kolkata. You don't have to travel to South, Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, Bombay, because everything is available in Kolkata now. So because that is, as Dr. Ramdeep mentioned, that Shillong is just only 2 hours away from Kolkata. So gradually, like one center, if eastern region develops, then obviously surrounding first main one city, if Kolkata develops, then gradually that other cities will also develop. So gradually that modern treatment will come to each and every city of northeast as well as eastern India.
So recently you have mentioned that from especially here in Meghalaya, most probably people are the main cause of the cancer is you just mentioned just now is from consuming tobacco.
Yeah.
Do you think those people who doesn't consume tobacco, what is the main cause, or is there any genetic cause of cancer for them?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, tobacco is responsible for around 80% of cancer. I didn't tell 100%. So 20% may be from different reasons. So one important reason for if you take oral cancer, so just not only tobacco, if you have frequent oral bite, if you have frequent tongue bite or cheek bite, that can also cause cancer, because there also inflammation happens repeatedly and that can transform those cells into cancerous cells. So if you have frequent oral bite, tongue bite or cheek bite, then you have to go to dentist, and that sharp teeth should be grinded properly so that again that can, like, same injuries should not happen again. So those are also important. And apart from this, there is a viral origin of cancer as well. As I mentioned, HPV, that is human papilloma virus, that is also one of the main reasons for pharyngeal cancer. So in plain area, if you see other part of India, pharyngeal cancer due to HPV as such, that is not very common, maybe around 15% or 20%. But in northeast region, that incidence may be higher. In Western countries, if you see pharyngeal cancer, almost 80 to 90% is due to HPV. So in Northeast region, that incidence is also becoming similar to what Western countries are having. So apart from these, alcohol also that can cause cancer. Supari use, because here as I come to know that here they use fermented supari.
Why?
Quite. So that is also important reason for cancer. If you daily used, if you use repeatedly, then that can cause some mucous fibrosis, and that will lead to oral cancer as well. So tobacco is main. Tobacco, supari is main culprit. Alcohol is also causes head and neck cancer. So these are the common causes of cancer.